If I had an unlimited budget to fly to a college football game every single week of the 2024 season, these are the games that I would pick for this year. In week 0, I am going to be flying to Ireland to go watch Florida State versus Georgia Tech. There's not a ton of great games this weekend, but this game would be a lot of fun to go see in this environment. In week 1, I will be flying to Atlanta, Georgia to go watch the Georgia Bulldogs take on the Clemson Tigers. Both these teams have a lot to prove this season. Clemson is desperately trying to get back into the college football playoff picture, especially with it being a 12-team playoff, and Georgia is still feeling snubbed after not getting into the CFP last season. In week 2, I will be flying to my hometown, Lincoln, Nebraska to go watch the Colorado Buffs take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. This is the only game on this list that I will actually be going to, but this is a great historic Midwest rivalry between two programs that are on the up and coming. In week 3, I would be flying to Madison, Wisconsin to go watch Alabama take on Wisconsin. This is the first time we will actually get to see Kalen DeBoer's Alabama team be tested. Week 4, I had a lot of options, but ultimately I decided to go to Norman, Oklahoma to go see Tennessee play Oklahoma. Both of these teams have rising star quarterbacks. They are both underdogs this year in the SEC. I think it's going to be a great clash. Week 5, though, this may be my most anticipated game in the entire regular season. Georgia is playing at Alabama. We all know the stakes of this rivalry in recent years, but I can't wait to see the new element of it being Kalen DeBoer's Alabama team against Georgia. In week 6, we get out of the Southeast and we go to the Northwest to go see Michigan at Washington in a national championship rematch. I've never been to Husky Stadium. I would love to go, and especially to see these two teams facing off for the first time since the CFP final last year. Week 7 is going to be crazy when Ohio State takes on Oregon. These are the two big dogs of the Big Ten this year, and I can't wait to see them play as in-conference opponents for the first time. In week 8, we're going to go to Austin to see Georgia play Texas. Just like the previous matchup, we could see two teams that could easily win the national championship in this game. In week 9, we have our second ACC game when Florida State goes to Miami. This is one of my favorite ACC rivalries. It almost feels like a make-or-break year for Mario Cristobal. Obviously, Florida State coming off that 12-0 season. I could see either of these teams winning the ACC this season. Week 10, we're going to go to Penn State when they take on Ohio State. I know this won't be the whiteout game as Penn State will have their whiteout against Washington, and Ohio State's probably going to win this game, but I'd still love to see this game in person. In week 11, we are going to go back out west when BYU goes to Utah for the first time in years. This is one of the most heated rivalries in all of college football, and to be able to go see a game at Rice-Eccles would be amazing. In week 12, we're going to go visit the Swamp when LSU takes on Florida. This tends to be a pretty good SEC matchup. I had not had either of these teams built into my schedule yet and wanted to go see them. In week 13, there were not a lot of great options here. I didn't want to go see too many teams over and over again, and I didn't want to go to the same home field twice, so I decided to go to USC versus UCLA. Before I started making this video, I thought for sure I was going to be going to see Ohio State versus Michigan in week 14, but I decided I'd go see Texas versus Texas A&M for the first time in years. This game is going to be incredibly exciting, and I can't wait to see these two programs face off for the first time in what feels like forever. Let me know if you'd like to join me on this college football unlimited budget experience.